Hello, I'm Willie, Manager of Partner Solution Architecture Team at AWS. Today I have Ambroise, CTO of CoverGo with me, and we are going to talk to you about digital innovation in insurance industry. So first I'll talk about the customer voice. We have been talking to a lot of customers, and they're telling us how the industry is evolving and how AWS empower them in their transformation and innovation journey. Then I will let Ambroise to share with us about how CoverGo is leveraging AWS technology in their innovation journey. Then I will share a few ideas what AWS technologies can help them to propel them to the next phase of innovation. So throughout the conversations with our insurance customers, and they have been telling us the industry is changing a lot, and they are facing a lot of different challenges from many different areas. First, the new generation of insurance customers' demands are changing. They want to have their products fast. They want to interact with their insurance companies instantly, and they want their products now and there instantly. So that have a lot of pressure in terms of the changes in terms of the channels, the branding strategy, and the products. And insurance companies have a lot of technical debt. Their legacy infrastructure, they spend around 70% of their IT spending on just to maintain them, let alone leaving some of that to transformation and innovation. So they are not keeping up with the market change. And regulation are changing all the time, and their regulatory oversight is expanding. For example, IFRS 17 is going to be in release, in fact, in January next year. So that would change the accounting of insurance contracts, and compliance becomes a main driver for expenses in industry. And of course, commodity pricing in personal lines also strains the underwriting performance that affects the bottom line. Drastic weather events and also consumers being distracted with their mobile devices, and we saw an increase in frequency and also severity in terms of claims that, again, would have an impact on the bottom line. Historically, low interest rates doesn't really help either, because it affects the return on the reserve investment, and that's supposed to counter the low underwriting performance. And the soft market conditions for the past 2 decades, and that also have a very soft performance in terms of the commercial lines of products and commissions. And last, new wave of challenges. Companies want to make use of external and internal data from different sources, and they rely on IoT devices and massive amount of IoT devices, and that also let them invent some new products like usage-based insurance. But that sheer amount of data they need to gather, store, and analyze create new challenge for industry. So insurance companies need to transform and innovate themselves. AWS has been helping a lot of insurance companies in doing so, and insurance companies want to take advantage of AWS technologies and cloud for the business agility and also lower total cost of ownership. They transform their core systems that take care of policies and customers into cloud, and also high performance computing to do more complex risk modeling as well as calculation. So they are doing that today, and AWS have been helping them to free up their valuable IT resources so that they can focus on digital innovation. We offer AI, machine learning capabilities and data analytics so that they can venture into new insights like analyzing customer sentiments and provide better product recommendation to customers. And we allow them to use latest technology in offering omni-channels to reach out to their customers and provide a 360 customer-centric views so that they can service customers better. And at last, insurance tech startups are disrupting the industry, and they are innovating at a very fast pace. And insurance companies want to accelerate their own journey of innovation as well. That's why they leverage and partner with these type of startups. And one of those disrupting the industry startups is CoverGo. I will let Ambrose to introduce to you what they do and how they innovate using AWS technology.
Hi, I'm Ambrose, and I'm the CTO of CoverGo. Thank you, Willie, for letting me having a little talk with you guys in here. So basically, who we are, CoverGo is an insurtech startup, and we sell technology services to a bunch of different actors, mostly in the insurance industry, but not only. So the insurance industry would be composed of insurance companies, bank insurance, brokers, agencies, but also from the non-insurance industry actors that are willing to sell insurance part of their customer journey. For example, you could say like maybe a second-hand car dealership who wants to sell motor insurance to their customers. So they could work with us so that we can connect them with insurers and offer them, for example, APIs that they could be able to use to sell insurance. So what we really do is we try to make everything automatic and everything digital inside the insurance industry. We try to make sure that nothing is lost and that there's no paperwork whatsoever, and that there's the minimum amount of actors in between different responsibilities inside the insurance industry. So CoverGo is the first fully configurable, white label, highly multi-tenant, no-code platform. We have different services that allow, for example, insurance companies to be able to build their insurance products and also build their own front end and connect with us via our APIs, so that actually they don't even need to be able to know how to code to be able to sell brand new digital products. In a matter of hours or days. So here we do not count in terms of in terms of months or years anymore. Really, it's all about days and the weeks of work, never more. So CoverGo is an end-to-end solution. So here, for example, in that graph, you can see on the left-hand side all our front-end web applications. Of course, there's a lot more technically because we have this kind of CMS no-code platform that allows us to have a lot of different websites. But these are the main 4 ones that the industry is looking after. So we would have some microsites or distribution websites, of course, highly white labeled or customized. You also have admin portals in which you would let, for example, insurance TRs and basically internal insurance industry workers to be able to manage, for example, policies or the customers or the claims, or be able to give advices, doing, for example, some kind of a financial needs analysis form to be able to fill this up. Basically all the, for example, the internal processes and also the monitoring of all your different customers. You would have as well agent portals, so agents or broker portals. Basically, these are the people that are going to distribute the insurance products and sell in behalf of the insurers. And of course, you have the client portal, so that, for example, I'm a customer of this insurance company and I want to be able to see all the different policies I have, the different benefits I have, all the different limits, the deductibles, co-insurance, all the different properties of an insurance product, but also be able to, for example, do some claims, be able to notify my agent or my broker, being able to, for example, manage my insurance completely digitally without having to have a call or phone number. Inside, you would see, for example, all different modules. You could say that this is kind of like a backend system, and yeah, it handles products, pricing, underwriting, policies. There's also robo-advising modules. We also handle users, customers, Of course, there's authentication and authorization, very fine-grained and permissions. And on the right side, you can see it here that we try to force ourselves to have the ability to be able to lift and shift our infrastructure anywhere. It's very important for some of our customers that need to have this kind of control over their own cloud. And obviously, some of our customers are using AWS, so we need to be able to lift and shift completely inside AWS, which you can see here on the top left, top right-hand side of the screen for the public clouds, for example. We also handle private clouds, hybrid clouds, and on-premises. So here you would be able to see that there's not only the insurance industry per se that is actually able to use our APIs, because everybody wants to be able to purchase and manage insurance products, part of the different industry. I gave the example, for example, of a car dealership, but it could be really anything else. For example, if when you buy a plane ticket, you can purchase an insurance product part of this, right? It's not part of the insurance industry per se, but they have to connect to a broker or to an insurance company to be able to sell this product digitally. So we help for these kind of things as well. And this works with a lot of different things, right? You could say also that when you're a digital broker, you need to be able to do straight-through processing. And to do this, you need to be able to connect to the insurance company. And you will probably need some help with this integration. So we help also in that level. So the main use case, yeah, omnichannel distribution and launching of new products, policy and management, and claim management. We want to make everybody being able to sell the insurance products they have from very, very different and diversified channel, and to be able to see the customer journey as soon as they enter the website or the client that they're using, and be able to store the data that they would be allowed to be using, so they can have the analytics they need to be able to optimize their customer journeys. So here, this is an example of GraphQL playgrounds. So for our API gateway, we use now mostly GraphQL, which you could say it's kind of a REST 2.0. It makes you be able to do some HTTP calls and be able to grab them exactly the way you want. So you can see on the left that, for example, you are able to have exactly the amount of calls that you want to have, exactly the data that you need, so that you never fetch some data. We also do white label front-end websites, and so here, for example, we will be able to deploy for you a lot of different websites. For example, if you're an insurance company, we'll be able to, for example, deploy 50 different white label websites for different brokers and distributors. Quite customized, we can do this for you. And also, we have another product when you can actually do this for yourself, which I'm going to show you later. We also do work a lot with bank insurance. For example, you would see that a lot of bank insurance have a lot of TRs or agents that needs to be able to sell directly to the customer and advise the customer on the fly, face-to-face. And for this, they would probably need some kind of mostly iPad or web client, so they can enter all the information for the customer, and the customer can react on the fly. So mostly for financial needs analysis. And after, for example, proposal of a set of products that suits this needs. So here there's a kind of a little robo-advising factor in there. And after being able to do an application, price everything, and be able to purchase, to do straight-through processing of the insurance that is needed. So yeah, of course, it is the product which is the administration portal to let the customer our clients to be able to manage everything they need with the clients. So again, yeah, policies, claims, commissions, handling products, pricing, underwriting rules, loadings, exclusions, the graph of benefit, the tree of benefits, which is basically a tree of limits, automatic calculation of claims depending on the policy you purchased and the claims you did on that specific policy beforehand, and a lot more. Also PDF templating, and email templating, workflows, automatic sending of emails and attachments depending on the template that you've created on a specific situation. For example, when you just bought an insurance and nothing needs to be sent by a person, the machine can just do it for you. Also, yes, so this is, for example, yeah, the PDF templating. You can draw you can upload your PDF and draw directly on that PDF and be able to put data here and there. The data can be static or dynamic. You can choose whichever way you want to do. For the dynamic data, we use mostly liquid language, which is kind of a dynamic markup language used a lot by Shopify, but open source and used by a lot of people, so that you'll be able to very easily fetch data from the data that you had before and automatically fill the PDF or the email form and be able to send it automatically to the customer. So, for example, to send a policy schedule. So we pride ourselves on our very, very fast delivery. Speed to market is one of the biggest essence of what we do because it's one of the biggest problems of the insurance companies and also brokers and agents and all the different actors inside the industry. So for example, yeah, everything that we do, we count in matter of weeks or days, even if we have to deploy in-house, for example, in AWS for some of our clients. So for example, 5-week delivery for health insurance distribution and claim platform. Also 3-week delivery to be able to do a set of microsites for like a top 3 global P&C insurer. And also only 5-week delivery for a digital top-tier bank. So of course you have to understand that based on this, there's also all the compliance part of it that can take quite a lot of time. But we managed to hack around and be able to deliver this much faster and be compliant, also because of all the certifications of compliance that AWS offers. And also, we have a lot more, but basically, yeah, we focus ourselves in a very, very fast delivery. Also now, it's a new product that we are delivering right now, which is being able for any actors to be able to create their own websites, their own products, their own underwriting rules, their own pricing rules, and their own discounts, taxes, so that they are being basically able to do anything we could potentially do internally, but completely on their side. We try to make CoverGo basically to have absolutely no support per se, so we don't want to do anything for the customer. They need to do everything that they need for themselves, and we are just here in support if they need some help to set up something. But technically, everything that can be done on the platform by them. And so here, for example, I would have some kind of demo that shows basically that, shows this platform. CoverGo's difference is basically this no-code approach. The fact that everything we do is very modular and configurable. We have more than 400 insurance APIs, which is probably the biggest amount of APIs to be able to support all the different modules inside the industry. We are multi-cloud and multi-tenants, but for a lot of customers, of course, we deploy in AWS. We have extreme speed to market compared to a lot of our competitors. We are very scalable and flexible. We integrate with all different insurance that exactly how they want us to integrate with them. And we try to have the best user experience we can have for our customers, so very modern customer journey. And of course, we focus a lot on bank-grade security. So yeah, we focus on the best practices. We do a lot of penetration testing from outsiders. And yeah, we focus on the best practices in terms of security. And we have a very strong track record, a lot of different product lines, more than 400 insurance products already digitized from over 40 insurance companies. We did had a lot of rewards that we're very proud of. For example, the HK ICT 2019, which is basically the best reward that you can get from the FinTech industry in Hong Kong. So very proud of it. Also more international ones, like for example in Japan. And now I'm going to demo very fast our tech stack for AWS. So you could see here on the left-hand side that we offer like all these kind of web applications. In the middle, we use the EKS cluster most of the time. This managed Kubernetes service helps us being able to deliver everything very, very fast. Inside, of course, we have a lot of different microservices to handle all that load. And on the right, you would see all different repositories or states that we use, platform state that we use. So you would have a S3 here. You would have DocumentDB for Mongo adaptable stuff. You would have a MySQL, PostgreSQL service that come from the past services of AWS. And of course, we integrate with third parties among a very, very different set of protocols. All right, well, that's it for me. Now I would like kind of ask this question to Willy: how can we greater enhance our different products, and how can we fortify our usage of AWS to be able to support better our customers and be more scalable?
Thanks, Ambroise, to share with us what CoverGo does. And now let me share with you some ideas on how you can leverage AWS technologies to propel you to the next level of innovation. So let's take a look at a typical microservices deployment. And as you can see, there are lots of microservices and they need to communicate with each other. And when you have a small system, that's fine. But once you start to add more services to your architecture, the communication is getting out of hand rather quickly. So what we need is a very consistent way to manage the service-to-service communication so that it will give you a complete visibility in terms of the logs, the metrics, how the microservices performs, and also give you traces so that you can triage issues very quickly so that you can isolate and protect failure in your solution architecture. And in the service-to-service communication, and you can see the services are intertwined together. And if you hardwire the service versions, and it's very difficult to deploy your microservices. So you do want to have that fine-grained control in your deployment. And that's why in 2018, AWS launched a service called AWS AppMesh. AWS AppMesh is a fully managed service mesh technology which allows you to monitor and control your microservices. It's run and built by AWS, so there's no control plane for you to manage, so you don't need to provision any master nodes, for example. It's all done for you and managed for you in the control plane. It's very easy to operate. You just need to go on the AWS Management Console, and then through configuration, you have your service mesh ready to go. And you don't really need to change your code in your microservices to leverage it. And it's highly scalable service for you to take advantage of. It gives you the observability and also traffic control. You can look at the logs and metrics in CloudWatch and CloudTrail, or you can export it to your favorite tool of choice like Kibana. It allows you to control the traffics and also route the deployment so that you have the fine-grained control that you need. It works in your EKS cluster and also multiple clusters. On top of that, it also works with all different container service that AWS offer, like ECS and Fargate. And we can look at from the cost optimization perspective. Right now, you are using on-demand instances, which is fantastic for spiky workload, and you don't really need to make any long-term commitment, and you just pay for what you need and what you use. However, if you run your platform for a little while, you understand your usage, then you will be able to make use of savings plan. It's a 1 to 3 year commitment. Then you can enjoy a saving up to 72% on your on-demand prices. If you have flexible and stateless workloads, then you can make use of spot instances, which are spare EC2 capacity. And that gives you even more saving on top of your on-demand prices. And the best is you don't need to choose one way or the other. You can combine them to serve your needs, to maximize your savings. So in your EKS cluster, what you can do is to set up multiple auto-scaling groups, mixing of on-demand instances and spot instances to serve your needs. And on top of that, the saving plans would be able to cover the on-demand usage. Of course, EKS has the benefit of having the managed control plane taken care of you, so you don't need to size the master nodes, for example. And as you know, if you size it wrong, then you have to redeploy the whole cluster. That would not be a fun thing to do. Now, you may think, well, can I take it even further? I don't want to manage the servers and abstract away the infrastructure altogether. Yes, you can do that with Fargate and EKS. It is a serverless container service, which you will not be able to find elsewhere. And it allows you to run your EKS cluster in a serverless fashion. You don't need to manage the servers. So all you need to do is to make use of your existing pods, and it works fine on top of Fargate. And you just pay for whatever resources that your pods will need to do. And we launched Fargate back in 2017. That's why there's tens of millions of containers running every week on AWS. So it's production ready technology. Here is a selected list of our customers already adopting Kubernetes on AWS. In fact, there are half of Kubernetes in the cloud currently is running on AWS. And it's quite fascinating since we launched Kubernetes in 2018, how fast the service has gone. With that note, I thank you for your time today.